All right, everyone, I hope you're ready for this intense warm-up. If you're really cold, go ahead and do some jumping jacks, run in place for a while, get the blood flowing. You don't want to go in completely cold, all right? Now, I'm not warmed up as far as guitar goes, so I'm going to be doing this warm-up with you, but I have to warn you that it's pretty intense. There are a lot of big stretches that you have to do, and it lasts for quite a while. By the time you're done, though, you're going to be super warm, ready to go for anything. But if you feel any discomfort in your hand as you're going and it starts to sort of hurt, I would stop, shake it off, take a little bit of a break, do some finger yoga. We talk about that on the website quite a bit. And the last thing is this is all going to be 3-note per string scales, otherwise known as the color forms on the website. So if you're familiar with all 7 of them, you're set. If not, you may have to learn them on the fly or in the future. But just learn the concept of this warm-up and you can apply it to any of those shapes in the future, okay? So we're actually going to start on the 6th string, 1st fret, and we're going to be playing the Lydian mode. In the color form, it's going to be the green form. It's going to look like this. 1st fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret. And remember, we're doing a lot of legatos. Your fretting hand's going to have to do most of the work today. Can you tell right off the bat, we're going to have some big stretches in store for us. All right, I love to go 1st finger, middle finger, pinky. Some people elect to go with the ring finger in the middle. That's totally fine as well. I've just always felt this is more comfortable for me. We'll go through the whole shape and then we'll do the exercise, the sequence. All right, the next string, we're going to go 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret. Same on the next. The next string, we're going to go 2nd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. We get to use all finger combinations. Next string, we're going to go 3rd fret, 5th fret, 6th fret. And finally, on the high E string, we're going to go 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, another huge stretch. So that's going to be the form. Here's the sequence. We're going to timestamp this, so once you already know the sequence, you could fast forward right to the warm-up in the future. So we're going to start off by just going up using legato, 1st fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret. That's like our launch point into the next string. So when you get to the next string, we change it up a little bit. First, we do the hammer-on, so we're going to go 2nd, 3rd, 5th fret. But then immediately we're going to pull off 3rd fret, 2nd fret. So we're going to be back to the 2nd fret. So it's going to look like this. So you get the benefit of the hammer-ons and the pull-offs. Then we do hammer-ons again, and that launches us into the next string. So the most important fundamental pattern is that you hammer up 3 notes, come right back down with pull-offs, go back up into the next string and continue that pattern. This becomes really smooth over time and you can actually sound like you're shredding as you're doing your warm-ups while getting the benefit of all the technical playing that you have to do for it. We continue that pattern until we get to the highest string, and then we do a pull-off right back to the 2nd string. So the end is going to get a little bit weird, so the beginning and the ending is bizarre, but everything in the middle follows the same structure. So I'm going to do it really slow. When we get to the end, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Did you see how when I got to the 1st string, I did the legato up, down, and then I went right to the 2nd string to begin the sequences in reverse order. So both ends of this exercise act as ramps to get you back into it. You might wonder about the picking that I'm doing. With legato, it's always tricky because you can essentially do it without picking at all, which is kind of cool. But for right now, every time you switch to another string, go ahead and pick. So now when we go backwards, it's going to be the same idea. It's just going to flow in the reverse way. It's going to go. You feel really balanced after you do this warm-up because everything's so symmetrical, you know? All right, so after you do that, we end up back to the beginning. We just slide up into the next shape, the next form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the entire thing as far as just in this first form, and then I'm going to slide up and stop when we get to the next one. So follow the tab, follow me, and it doesn't matter if you can keep up with me right now. It's all about just knowing the pattern. 3, 4. There's so many benefits hiding inside of this warm-up. One of them that I've noticed is as you're doing your hammer-ins and pull-offs, you really have to be timing it correctly. Use a metronome when you're practicing on your own. Also, you have to mute all the strings around it. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of extra noises like... I'm kind of exaggerating, but you get the idea. So it teaches you how to mute around what you're playing, which is very beneficial. And this is gonna seem like a lot, right? If you just can barely do this one, how are you gonna do 6 more? So don't worry about that quite yet. Let's just go ahead and get this one down, move up to the next form. We might do 2 today. We'll cover all 7 on the website, but for today, let's just do the 2. So what I would do is I would start off really slow, get comfortable with all the little aspects of it, and then slowly speed it up until you can kind of do it at a moderate speed, which would be like... That would be a decent speed before you move on. Let's cover the next form while we're here. We're going to start on the 3rd fret G, and this is called the blue form on the website. We're going to go like this. For the first 3 strings that we play, we're going to do 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. Isn't that nice? All 3 of them are going to be the same. I'm not doing the pattern yet, I'm just showing you the form. Then we move to the next string and we go 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. Next string, 5th fret, 6th fret, 8th fret. And finally, we're going to go 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. All right, first learn that pattern. A lot of you are probably thinking, oh, this sounds like Mixolydian mode, because it is. Let's go ahead and add the pattern and see what happens. A lot of big stretches in the beginning. My hands are already warm, by the way. 3, 4. You see how all the same rules apply? When I got to the very top of it, I just did that single hammer-on pull-off right back. It's kind of like this whipping effect. Back into the pattern, all the way, and then when I got to the bottom, I pulled it up, getting ready for the next one. Now, I don't mean to stop you guys and slow you down by saying you can only do it at a moderate speed. This pattern lends itself to going pretty fast in the future, so you could do stuff like... That sound crazy? So a lot of your legato patterns when you do leads are going to be much easier after doing this. Also, your knowledge of the fretboard is going to explode because by the time you do all 7 of these, you're going to be able to improvise pretty well within them and have a lot of confidence because you go over it every day if you do this every day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first 2 that we did today. I'm going to tab them out for you. I'm going to play them at a moderate speed so you could use that as a gauge on whether or not to move on. And if you want to do the whole thing, if you know all the 3-note per string scales, you're set. If not, you can meet us at the website to learn all 7 of them. All right, here we go. 2, 3, go. Slide up. Now, I could collectively hear a lot of people when I slid up and just started going, whoa, 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 because that's what I was like when I first started out. But once you know the shapes really well, it's easy to slide in and just instantly go into the pattern on any of these. Just a quick side note, you're playing all natural notes, so if you want to improvise over the top of C major or A minor backing tracks, it'll sound great. All right, like I said, we're gonna do all 7 on the site, but let that be a good start for you with this warm up, and eventually you can go really fast. Your hand's gonna be able to reach really far, because as you can see, there were a lot of stretches going on right off the bat. You're gonna have the dexterity to do some pretty incredible legato. Your timing's gonna be better, and your muting's gonna be a lot better. So there's a lot of benefits to this warm up, and I hope it helps a lot of people. All right, everyone, we'll catch you at the next lesson. Thank you. Bye-bye.